Hi, so everyone's stories so far have been really lovely about love, and mine is very different in that it's a lot about the deep revenge and hatred that you have sometimes for the person that you love. So I was in this truly, hugely dysfunctional relationship on and off for quite a few years. I mean, it was hugely dysfunctional. And we crossed state lines and continued to break up and get back together. I mean, like state to state, we just couldn't get it right. And I would like to say that, I was the righteous one and he was the bad one, but, we both have to take responsibility for the things we do in relationships. And also, I want you to like me and think I'm a reasonable person. So I will say that we shared the responsibility for the reasons why the relationship didn't work. But, it usually went like this, where I would say, I'm crazy, you don't want to be with me, leave now. And then he would be unfaithful and move out, and I would just go around and curse his name. And then he would come back, and I'd be like, why do you want to be with me? I am the scum of the earth. And he'd be like, okay, you're the scum. And he would go sleep with somebody else. And then, we'd go through this over and over and over again. And usually every time that he moved out, it was like my ultimate goal to kind of spread his bad name. And Philadelphia, in a lot of ways, is a pretty small town. So once we moved here and we're working within the same community, it was really easy for me to spread his bad name. Look at this. One time, the second I found out that he was sleeping with this other girl, I picked up the phone and I called 5 people right off the bat who I knew would tell at least 5 other people. And I was like, you would not believe what he did this time. This man is ruining my life. And so then everyone knew. But the thing is, it never really affected him. He still had friends and people still liked him, and I ultimately would always accept him back again. So I felt kind of foolish. This one time, though, he was unfaithful. And I was like, that's it, you're moving out. You have to get the stuff out of the house. And so he went to a friend's house and was getting prepared to move his stuff out. And I was thinking, I do not know how to get him this time. Nothing has worked so far. He still has friends. He still has happiness. I need to get him another way. And I was like, I have to take a very different approach. And so I took a sheet of paper and I cut it up into little pieces of paper, and then I wrote on the paper, I love you. You are loved. Every day with you is brilliant. When I think of you, I think of love. And I folded them up and I hid them in his things. I put them in a CD case, in a folded up pair of socks, everywhere. And I thought to myself, now this is not something I'm going to find pleasure from now. I might not find pleasure from this in a week or in a month. It might be a year. But man, when he finds those notes, he is gonna miss me so much. And that is perfect revenge. And so I did this, and he moved his stuff out, and I waited. And one day I got a phone call, and this is maybe, a few months later, 6 months later, and he's like, can I come over? And I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. He's gonna come over here and be like, I found these notes and you're so wonderful and so kind. The only person who was ever good to me. And then I would just spit on him. Metaphorically or whatever. And so anyway, he called me and said, may I come over? And I was like, yes, you may come over. And turns out he was just right outside the door. So I opened the door and he came in and he said exactly that. You were so good and so wonderful to me and the only person I've ever loved and who ever loved me truly. And I was like, you can move back in. And so he did. And I will say that it really made no difference that I took this kind of revenge, and that I do love him very much, and I love him far more as a friend than as a lover. it's just not the best kind of revenge to put notes in people's things, because if anyone comes back to bite, it's you. Thanks.